Language is often mistaken as the product of deliberate thought, but much of what people say is not consciously chosen. It's habit. When we speak, we reveal not only our ideas, but the structure of our attention, the depth of our awareness, and the presence or absence of reflection. In habitual speech, words arise not from observation, but from memory. Phrases repeat, filler terms emerge, the same expressions resurface, regardless of context. This is not because the individual is choosing them, but because they are running on scripts. These scripts are installed early in life and repeated across social environments. A person hears certain phrases, absorbs their rhythm, and reproduces them without question. Over time, these phrases form a vocabulary that feels natural, but it's not conscious. When someone says, "you know what I mean," or "you know what I'm saying," they're often not checking for understanding or offering clarification. They are maintaining momentum. They're using speech to stay comfortable, to fill space, or to regulate anxiety. In these moments, language is not a tool for communication, it's a defense against silence. The mind, like the body, seeks efficiency. Repeating what is familiar conserves mental energy, but this efficiency comes at a cost. The cost is presence. The more fluent the pattern, the less aware the speaker. Automatic language reveals automatic thought, and automatic thought means the individual is not directing their own mind. They're being carried by it. What is spoken unconsciously points to a deeper structure beneath the surface. When speech is reflexive, it is often emotionally motivated. A person might use a phrase not because it fits, but because it creates a sense of control. The words don't express truth, they create psychological safety. This is especially visible in emotionally charged expressions, moral slogans, or phrases with social weight. They are repeated not to convey meaning, but to signal identity, to stabilize uncertainty, or to imitate authority. The repetition of language reveals how little thinking is actually taking place. If a person cannot speak without defaulting to stock phrases, then they are not responding to the world. They are reacting to internal scripts. And these scripts do not belong to them. They were absorbed from culture, media, family, and peer groups. The individual believes they are speaking for themselves, but in truth, they are echoing the voices that shaped them. True speech arises from direct perception. It requires that the speaker be attentive, reflective, and internally still. When one is fully present, there's no need to reach for phrases that have been used 1,000 times. The mind is not recalling, it's observing, and from that observation, speech arises naturally, freshly, without force. To become aware of one's habitual language is to catch the unconscious in the act. Each repeated phrase is an invitation to investigate. Why do I say this? Where did I learn it? What does it serve? The moment you begin asking these questions, the language begins to change. And as language changes, thought changes. And as thought changes, the entire quality of consciousness shifts. Most people never take this step. They live inside loops. They speak not to express insight, but to stay within the bounds of what feels familiar. The result is a life dictated by what has already been said, already been thought, and already been done. In this way, habitual speech is not merely a feature of language, it's a reflection of the entire structure of unconscious existence. To speak with awareness is to live with awareness. It is to break the pattern, disrupt the loop, and return to what is real. Silence becomes the foundation, thought becomes conscious, and language becomes what it was meant to be. Not a reflex, not a shield, but a deliberate act of truth.